It's time to get the third Target Series race of the season underway at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're staying on the West Coast. It is the Axalta 300 here at Las Vegas. On the pole for today's race is Max Anderson in the 9.9. Choose outside is the 9 of Justin Knight. Then 30 of William Seaman. 4th is Andrew Miller. And running out the top 5, Anthony Lehman. Then 6th you have Jake Galloway. 7th is Clayton Thomas. 8th is TJ Hanley. 9th is Alexander Rowe. And Matt Hamill rounds out the top 10. Your latest Target Series winner. He won it all club. The rest of the field is Danny Lloyd in the 21 with Jeff Bright in the 1. Who's outside? Bright is a past winner here at Las Vegas in the Target Series. They have Landon Lyons and Jonathan Wong, Gustavo Rocha and Jake Jefferson. And there's Alex Stewart and Sebastian Kukulan, Joey Trickle and Steve Larker. They have Lawrence Poundpond and Stephen Baker, Greg Lee and Diego Yepez. They have Riley Sprague-Tube and William Bolin, Adam McDowell and Colton Yo. Then there's Marshall Burrow and Trey Rainey, Carson Bowers and Johnny Gardner. They have Code Luigi and Luke Rainey, Isaac Nichols and Jonathan Buford. And there's Eli Bright and Charles Robert, Jeffrey Buford and Michael Sanders. In the final row, you have Michael Canto in the 14 with Bill Seaman in the 98, who's outside. That is your starting lineup here for the Axalta 300. Let's go down trackside and get this thing started as we fire the engines.
For today's command, Bobby Allison. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Give your seatbelts a little tug there for me there, buddy. Get a little drink of Gatorade. Be safe. Have some fun, all right?
As the cars are off the starting grid to start what's sure to be a wild Las Vegas race. In the past, we've seen many lead changes, many different passes, but normally the Target Series race has been fairly clean here at Vegas. We've seen big crashes in the Gary Cup Series and in the Pennzoil Truck Series here at Vegas, but usually the Target Series is pretty calm. So will we keep that trend going today? Will we have a crash or two? We're about to find out. 30 laps around this 1.5-mile oval as the pace car is in. 99 and 9 on the front row. Max Anderson to the green flag with the pole. He's racing, and the field is going behind him. We're racing. Lap 1 going to be led by William Seaman, who started 3rd. Here comes Anthony Lehman. He started 5th. He's going for that race. He's enter turn number 1. He has a 5 with Clayton Thomas pushing him forward. And we talked about how there hasn't been many cautions in the Target Series here at Las Vegas in the past, if any. So these drivers, they could be going like this for 30 laps straight without any breaks whatsoever in between. That would be pretty hard to do. We'll have to see if they can get it done. Clayton Thomas now up front in the 5 car. He has the 07 behind him of Alexander Rowe. Here comes Danny Lloyd in the 21 to the bottom lane. And the 40 of Jonathan Wong as well. And they race off into turn 1. Bows all over the racetrack there. Double file all the way back to 42nd. Up front, Rowe clears. Here comes Danny Lloyd in the 21. Down low down the backstretch. Lloyd wanting to get a victory in the Target Series. Get himself up the points rankings. He's your new race leader here as they come off turn number 4 in the Axalta 300. Still early, though, as you get out front here, and you're probably not going to be able to hold it for 28 more laps. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be very hard to hold the lead once you get it, as Wong gets to the inside of Lloyd, but the 21 car did lead that lap, gets that 5 bonus points. Wong and now up front. As they come down the backstretch, Jay Jefferson pulls low. Sebastian Kukulan as his pusher, and Steve Larker there as well. And then you have the 39 of Lawrence Poundpond coming. That's through 3 and 4. Jay Jefferson, the 28, is out front now. And Kukulan moves down low with Steve Larker, along with Poundpond. And Yepez in the 0s now down low. And I think that's Riley Sprague-Tube, and I think that's the 2 of Colton Yo. Can't quite tell from that angle that we just had. Get another flyby, how fast they're going. 193 through these corners and down the backstretch. So they pick up even more speed and almost 200 miles an hour down this backstretch. See right there, about 197 off into turn number 4. 194. The lowest they get as they go through 3 and 4. Larker out front. Poundpond moves to the inside. See the speed they get down the front stretch here. They go really fast, especially with this draft. 197. About 198 almost off into the corner. Back in the draft, it must be a lot faster than what it is out front. You have that draft you can pull up onto a driver. You have Pez now for the race lead. Sprague-Tube as his pusher, and that is the 2 of Colton Yo down low. And here comes Trey Rain, the 18. He made some noise in the Pennzoil Truck Series race here yesterday. Almost got to victory lane. He ended up inside the top 3. He would love to get one here today in the Target Series to get back on track here. Sprague-Tube now out front, the 78 car. He has Colton Yo behind him, and Trey Rainey, as we mentioned. And they're just double file all the way back. I don't really see any 3 wide moments happening. I don't really see anyone single file. Well, this looks like it could be just double file for this whole race. Colton Yo in the 2 with a power move. He's going to grab the race lead away. Here comes Trey Rainey in the 18, William Bowman in the 74. And just a few cars back of Trey is Luke. So the Rainey's coming up to the front at just about the same time. The 22 car that Fitzgerald scheme right there, 4th in the inside lane, about 7th on the racetrack. He's going to be going inside the top 5 by the end of this lap. He could be inside the top 3 by the end of this lap. Bolin pulls low down the backstretch. I believe he's the only Dodge in this field, the lone Dodge. But he's making some noise here in that Domino's, that fresh Domino's paint scheme. He is out front here, and he's going to lead this lap. I believe he's going to be able to lead lap number 8 here. We're going to start lap number 9. Gardner to the inside of the A9 car. Luke Ray did break into the top 3, as we mentioned. He's looking to make it 3 wide into turn number 1. Thanks, Maverick. Smart move there by Luke. That's a smart racing move. You don't want to make it 3 wide and risk a crash here this early in the race. 3 wide would be something you do with about 10 to go, maybe 5 to go, you know, something late in the race. Luke Ray going to try and get around here and lead lap. He has not had the Target Series season he's wanted. He's looking to rebound. Now Jonathan Beefer moves to his inside. He's going to try and grab the race lead. Marshall Burrow is pusher in the 4 car. Oh, Burrow's going to make it 3 wide right here in the 4. Big move there. The 41, I think, is going to try and get clear of the 22, but Luke Ray might be stuck up top 3 wide, and this could be a disaster waiting to happen. 3 wide. Can Luke get down in line, or can Gardner stay down in that middle lane? They're still 3 wide for now. This could cause issues. You can only go 3 wide so long here at Vegas. It's such a tight racetrack. Cole Luigi for a second, that 42 car. And the 46 behind him of Alex Stewart. There's the 25 as well. Gardner still middle of 3 as the 24 gets shuffled up top. That's Charles Robert. And Burrow's doing a great job out front. He's held the race lead for a few laps now as Alex Stewart and the others bound for a second behind. Can Gardner get clear of this 3 wide middle? Eli Bright is down low. It looks like they're going to sort that 3 wide out. They get it back to double file for now. As for a second, they're still bound. The 25 is there. Joey Trickley. He's going to be going for the race leads. He has a big push from Greg Lee in the 6. Eli Bright, the 88, coming down low. He's right now 4th on the racetrack, 3rd in the inside lane. He's going to be pushing Greg Lee to the race lead here in just a little bit. He has his teammate right behind the 7 of Isaac Nichols, just a few cars back. Greg Lee in the 6 is out front. Here comes Eli Bright in the 88. He's looking low. He has a nose down there. That's side by side once again. Lee leads. Eli Bright. He's going to grab the race lead through 1 and 2, but if he moves up off of turn number 2, that's going to be Bill Seaman's lead to take now. Here comes that 98 down the backstretch. And Nichols in the 7, pushing him. And just a few cars back of these drivers is another Junior Motorsports car, the 1 of Jeff Bright. He has agreed to wear the visor cam, the helmet cam this week, or this race. Let's go on board with Jeff Bright through this helmet cam. See what he's seeing. See right there. You can hear he's trying to let off the gas a little bit there, getting a little bit up onto that car in front. He doesn't really want to be up there. He's making his move to the front, though, on this bottom lane. He can easily make up spots. So he's getting past Lee now. He's getting past Eli. And we can go on board with him as he takes the race leads. He's most likely going to be getting to that race lead just a little bit. Trying to see what car that is behind him. It could be the 19 of Jake Galloway that's there. It looks like that might be the paint scheme. Galloway's paint. See right there, Jeff's teammate, the 7 of Nichols, is up there. There's the 33 going high as Jennifer Buford, last season's champion, takes the race lead. And the 14, Michael Canto, shuffles to 2nd. Now Canto goes for that race lead down the backstretch. And Jeff Bright keeping right on that 14's bumper, push him all the way off into the corner. Canto's out front now. Jeff Bright's to 2nd. He's going to probably hang a left here as they come off 4. He's for the race lead now, side by side. And through the helmet cam, you'll see Jeff Bright take the race off into turn number 1. Clear racetrack in front of that 1 car. He's your new race leader here in the Axalta 300. As we're on board Jeff Bright halfway through the race, by the way. 15 laps down, 15 to go. It's all Jeff Bright. Down low, here comes the 19 of Jake Galloway. You can see in the rearview mirror there. You see off the mirror on the side now. You can see that 19 car. Galloway grabs the race lead. I think that's the 00 coming. There's the Matt Hamill, the latest winner in the Target Series. He's going side by side. Then Seaman there in 3rd. Anthony Lehman coming back up as they're side by side once again for this race lead. That was a great onboard shot that we had with the 1 of Jeff Bright right there. 14 laps to go now in the Axalta 300. Up front's getting a little bit more spread out, which is really what maybe the 8 wants to see, spread out. And then they start moving up and bound for a second. This could really help that 8 car out. And right now, your 2 winners this season, Matt Hamill, who won last race, is right now leading, and Adam McDowell is breaking into the top 5. This lap, he is now 5th on the racetrack. Lehman tried to get there, but the 8 Hamill shut the door. That's a great block there by the 8 car, keeping that race lead for now. Sanders is now third, and there's Adam McDowell in the fourth position with Stephen Baker rounding out the top five in that 23 car. Here comes McDowell down the backstretch, looking low for third, and here comes the 3 of Lehman for that race lead. Coming to 12 laps to go. Who's going to time it right to get to victory lane in the Axalta 300? Lehman is out front, your new race leader. The pack a little bit spread out behind him. Maybe that tire wear coming into play. McDowell to second, your Daytona winner. He's going to try to get up here and lead at Las Vegas. Here comes Stephen Baker now down the backstretch. He's peeking low. They're through a little bit further back. That's Jennifer Buford in the middle in the 62 car. Down low, I think that's Johnny Gardner in the A9 possibly. Yes, that is Gardner down low. This is 62 shuffling through the middle lane, trying to get up in front of Michael Canto to keep from causing a crash. He does that beautifully. Nice job there. His back up front, don't even remember who's leading. It was Baker, and he's shuffled out of line now. Is getting around him are a few drivers, and a lot of drivers actually. TJ Hanley in the 484 down low. He's up to fourth. There's Landon Lyons. There's the 01 of Arocha, and Anthony Lehman continues to lead. 10 to go this time by in the Axalta 300. 15 miles of competition left. Still tons of time left to make something happen. Hanley goes for that second position as they come across the line. Look at that flyby here, how fast they're going off into turn number 1. You'll see right here off into turn 1 how fast they're going, over 195 miles an hour. And Andrew Miller makes a big move on TJ Hanley down low. This is with 9.5 laps to go. The 21 Danny Lloyd back up into the picture. He might make it 3 wide. He is for the second position, 3 wide. And there's a driver that started outside of the front row. The 9 has come back up to the front. Justin Knight wants to have a say in this before the race is over. Danny Lloyd trying to get to second, trying to keep that second position. The 9 is coming hard. The 3 trying to shut the door on his teammate. He does do that. The 21 shuts the door on the 9. Front 4 are Chevrolets at the front. And 2 of them belong to RCR. The front 2 are RCR right now. Lehman, Lloyd. Knight makes the move though. Wong behind him in the 48. Gardner coming up, another Chevrolet. Then the 07 of Alexander Rawls coming up, another Chevrolet. The Chevys coming to life here late, but can they get to victory lane? They still have 8 laps. So much time left here at Vegas. If you're right now in the 42nd position, you could potentially win this race. The driver right now in 42nd is Greg Lee. He still has a shot. Eli Bright still has a shot. Luke Ray still has a shot. Bill Seaman, Jonathan Buford. These drivers, even though they're at the back, they still have a shot. They still have 7 laps left. You can go from 42nd to first in about 5 laps here. Now 7 to go. Gardner side by side with Jonathan Wong as Alexander Rowe by him in the 07. Rowe's going to make it 3 wide for the race lead. Clayton Thomas is pusher, and Diego Yepez coming back up to the front. Sebastian Kuklon as well. Knight looks to try and go to the middle lane. He couldn't get it done. Now Thomas looks to make it 3 wide for this race lead. He does do just that. But Rowe gets clear from that middle lane, slides up back to double file. Clayton Thomas leads, 6 to go. Diego Yepez is second. These drivers up here at the front, they're open for a yellow flag to try and just keep themselves up here. Jay Jefferson, the 28, coming up. He's up to 4th now. He has Alex Stewart behind him, Riley Spurley Tube, Lawrence Poundpond on all the way back. William Bolin is there in the 74. So many different faces up at the front. Yepez leads. Kukulon second. Jefferson is third. Jefferson looking for second now. As Yepez keeps the race lead, he'll lead this lap. He wants to hope that they keep Allen for second, but if Jefferson gets too big of a push here, the zero's going to get caught up high. Exactly what happens right there. Yepez caught up high. Jay Jefferson goes low. He grabs that race lead with the 46 of Alex Stewart there in the second position. Spurley Tube in third. Palanpon fourth in the inside. Bullen, Nichols, and I think that's the 24 Charles Robert that we see there. Trey Rainey, Luigi, Stephen Baker. Now we got 4 laps left. Spurley Tube for that second position. Jay Jefferson wants to keep it out front. Pulls down in front of that 78 smartly there. Spurley Tube trying to get that push from Lawrence Poundpond to get by. Poundpond now looks for second down the back. Bullen has the push from Nichols in the 7. Robert, Rainey, Luigi, Baker, on back, Yo, and some others. They all have shots. 3 to go. Still got tons of time left. So many moves can be made in just 3 laps. Palanpon for this race lead. Jay Jefferson getting shuffled out here. Nichols in the 7, coming for the second. Charles Robert, Trey Rainey, Code Luigi. Gotta be thinking that maybe Code Luigi, Stephen Baker, Colton Yo, they think they have maybe the right timing down to get to victory lane here in the Axalta 300. We're running out of time. 2 to go. 3 miles left. Palanpon leads. Downloads Charles Robert. Trey Rainey, Code Luigi, Stephen Baker, Colton Yo, Joey Trickle on back. They know they have a shot. This race victory there on the inside Who times it right? We're coming to the white flag this time. Palapon leads. Robert is second. Trey Rainey going for second. If they keep out for second, this could be Palapon's race to lose. We're coming to the white flag. Out front, Palapon. Trey Rainey is second. Cole Luigi is third. Stephen Baker is fourth. The white flag is waving for Lawrence Palapon. They battle for second behind 1 lap to go in the Axalta 300. Can Cole Luigi make a last lap effort to get up here and get by? He has Stephen Baker behind the 23. Colton Young the 2. Down the backstretch. Palapon is no contest. They battle for second behind. Who's going to get back in front through 3 and 4? It's Palapon out front. Stephen Baker to second. Can he get there in time? They come off of 4. Palapon out front. Baker has no contest for him. Lawrence Palapon will hold on and win the Axalta 300. And the double foul pack crosses the stripe. How about that for Lawrence Palapon, though? He got out front. I thought it was going to be way too early. I thought that he was out front way too early. But they kept out for second and ends up with him. In victory lane at the end of the day, Lawrence Palapon. The great victory here in the Axalta 300 at Las Vegas. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Axalta 300 at Las Vegas. Once again, we mentioned how Target Series at Las Vegas is usually calm and clean. There were no caution flags. And 21 lead changes, 19 different drivers ended up leading the Axalta 300. Lawrence Palapon got out front at the end. I thought he was going to be done once he got out front, but man, they kept out for second behind, and Palapon wins the race. Stephen Baker ends up second, Colton Yo in third, Joey Trickle fourth, and Cole Luigi with the top 5 finish. Then Marshall Burrow ends up sixth, Jeff Bright in seventh, eighth Trey Rainey, Luke Rainey in ninth, so the Raineys finish eighth and ninth, and Charles Robert rounds out the top 10. There's your top 20. Last season's champion of the series, Jennifer Beeford, 12th. Your new points leader, Jonathan Beeford, he ends up 14th. Decent day for him. As you look down, and how about the drivers that finished inside the top 10 where they started? Palapon started 21st, Baker 22nd, Yoan 27th, Trickle 20th, Cole Luigi 34th, Burrow 30th, Jeff Bright 12th, Trey Rainey 29th, Luke Rainey 33rd, Robert 37th. Inside the top 10, the highest starting position was Jeff Bright in 12th. You go all the way down to 18th. That's where the first top 10 starting position was, with Jake Galloway starting 6th. He ends up 18th. Just shows how starting position means nothing here at Las Vegas. Most laps led was Anthony Lehman. He led 5 on the day. He ends up 33rd, not the day he was looking for. As a lot of these drivers back here, they either were up top too late or they just got down low too late. As your pole sitter, Max Anderson, 39th, not the day he was looking for. Adam McDowell, your Daytona winner, 42nd. That's an ouchie in the points for him. As now let's go look at those point standings. 3 races, 3 different winners. Here are the point standings. Jonathan Beeford still has no top 5s on the season, but 2 top 10s, and the consistency gets him on top of the points list. Sebastian Kukulon, in his rookie season, surprisingly, is second in points. Lawrence Palapon, with that win, moves up to third. Matt Hamill, last race winner, is fourth, and Stephen Baker rounds out the top 5. Great season for him so far. They have Marshall Burrow in 6th, William Seaman 7th, Joey Trickle 8th, Adam McDowell, after finishing 42nd, drops down to 9th, and Diego Yepes rounds out the top 10. There's your top 20. See Colton Mill just outside, Michael Canto, Clayton Thomas, Andrew Miller, Cole Luigi on down. Some of these drivers, Jennifer Buford, last season's champion, doesn't even have a top 10 yet this season, but is 18th in points. The consistency just outside the top 10 has really helped her, stabilizing the 18th position in points. Look down 21st to 4th. Some of these drivers had some good days, got themselves higher up in points than where they were. Johnny Gardner with a decent day. He ends up 22nd in points. Jake Galloway got about 18th, so he moves up to 25th. Luke Rainey with the top 10, he's up to 27th. Jeff Bright with a great result, he's up to 29th. So some of these drivers really need the results they got to move them up in points, but TJ Hanley, Jonathan Wong, not the seasons they were looking for so far. TJ has not really had a great finish. He finished about 41st here today. He has 2 DNFs. He's looking to turn his season around at the next race, which will keep it on the West Coast. It'll be the Gatorade 300 at Phoenix. I'll see you guys then.